Hello, welcome to my weekly vlog. Welcome to Tracy Harchie Coaching. I'm Tracy. I am a certified weight and life coach, certified hypnotherapist, and rapid transformational therapist. In this vlog, I'd like to talk about planning ahead as self-care. If you have followed me at all, you will know that I am a big proponent of planning ahead of time. I have a free mini course called Ditch the Diets and Create Food Freedom, and that's available on my website or the link below. And one of the main things that I talk about is planning your meals ahead of time. So, how is that self care? Let's discuss. This is what it might look like if you don't plan ahead of time. So you might wake up and you're not really feeling like doing anything. So you might goof off a little bit and you're just going to scroll on social media just for a few minutes and then oh crap, now it's an hour later and you're late. So you haven't exercised. You say, "Oh, I'll make sure and do it later." But you know you probably won't because if you don't do it first thing in the morning, you probably won't do it. So you're rushing, you dig around for something to stuff in your mouth on the way out the door for breakfast, and then you realize, crap, I forgot to pack lunch. So you'll just grab something from the vending machine or, some fast food. And then you might work a little bit late. And so you haven't planned dinner. So you're going to probably grab something on the way home that isn't a very healthy option either. So this is a very simplistic, but really real scenario. No planning ahead of time means that you're at the whim of what's available to you. And if you haven't planned, then that could be really nothing that's very nutritious or nurturing as far as feeding yourself goes. And so you're going to be basically putting your basic needs on the bottom of your list. And you end up beating yourself up again, and then you're going to be feeling crappy from all of the unhealthy food that you consumed. And this is a really vicious cycle, and it's really easily remedied. So I want to use that same scenario, but with planning your meals ahead of time or just planning ahead of time. So you wake up and maybe same thing, you really don't feel like doing much, but you have made a plan and you've become a person that honors your plan. So you get your workout done first because if you don't, you're not going to do it. So you do your workout because you're a person that honors your plan and it makes you feel so much better. You know you're going to feel better all day long because of that. You know that if you carve out a few minutes in the morning to journal and meditate or whatever your morning rituals are, that you're going to be in a much better mindset and you're going to be feeling peaceful and calm instead of frenzied and frantic in your morning. And you know that you've planned all this ahead of time. And so you know what time you need to set your alarm. You know what what you need to do to have a really nurturing and successful morning. You've made it a priority to have healthy food on hand. There's a lot of ways to do this. This might mean hitting the grocery store once a week. This might mean having groceries delivered. This might mean meal services. There's a lot of local meal services or bigger, lot of people that just deliver in maybe your neighborhood, or there's big services, and a lot of them have very healthy options. And so it's a matter of finding one that works for you or for you and your family and having healthy food available to you at all times because that's really the first step in this, right? It's having the food available to you so that you can plan your meals. And so with this scenario, your breakfast is really easy breezy, and then you pack something to take to work with you for lunch. Or if you're going out, you're going to look at the menu ahead of time and know what you're having because if you end up waiting and perusing the menu when you're there, you're probably going to pick something that's more like a cheeseburger or pizza or something that's making your mouth water instead of a healthy option. So planning ahead of time can be for eating at home or for eating out. And you're using a different part of your brain. When you're planning ahead of time, you're using your prefrontal cortex and you're choosing things that are for your higher good. When you're in the moment, you're in your primal brain and you're like, something's making my mouth water and that's what I'm going to have. And so you're really coming from two different very different parts of your brain. And so, and then if you leave the house, if you're going to work, you can take something out, or just in the morning, if you don't leave the house, you're going to take something out for dinner. It's all set. All of this doesn't take much time, but you've created this plan, you've given it the forethought, and all of this sets you up for success. And it really is truly freeing because once you're planning ahead of time, you're not thinking about any of this the rest of the day. And it's amazing how much time and energy and brain space it takes up. If you think about, you can use planning ahead for anything. You can use it for your food, your meals, your alcohol. You can make a drink plan, your morning or evening routines, any habit that you want to create. And when you make your plan ahead of time, you've made those decisions. You're not going to be a victim of decision fatigue at the end of the day where you're just going to do the easiest thing. And that's a very real thing. And so it really frees up so much brain space and does create really true freedom for thinking about really way more important things throughout your day rather than what am I going to eat or what am I going to drink. And so, as you can see, this really is all about self-care. And really setting yourself up with healthy options is really showing yourself how much you prioritize yourself and your self-care. So putting you on the top of your list, putting your health on the top of your list, your nutrition, your well-being, it really is one of the most basic forms of self-care. And so I hope that clarifies. And I would love to hear from you. What do you use? What do you plan ahead of time that could be for self-care? I'd love to hear some other options and give some other ideas. So let me know. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, and on my website, which is tracyharchie.com. I am accepting new clients right now for my just private one-on-one coaching and also for my signature program, which is Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Body, Change Your Life. If you'd like more information on how to work with me, you can schedule a free discovery call. There's links on my website and in my bio and down below here. This is a free call, and it's just a conversation where we can see if we're a good fit, and I would love to connect with you. So thank you for watching. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next Friday.